Hello, I'm Warrior the Planet, bringing the exclusive Illuminati Ancient Sumerian Babylonian magic book, the Necronomicon. This book was created by H.P. Lovecraft, inspired by the teachings of Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley was into the ancient Sumerian magic, Babylonian sorcery. This book was kind of hard to obtain because they ask you for your ID, and you can only read inside the library. You cannot check it out or rent the book out and take it home. So I kind of looked like the enemy. I blended in with the enemy. Looked like someone who was into all that blasphemy magic. So I wouldn't get any questions asked to me or anybody be suspicious. So when I checked the book out, there were some pictures, or here's some pictures you can see of some quotes in the book. And right here, there's a quote by Aleister Crowley saying, "Our work is therefore historically authentic, the rediscovery of the Sumerian tradition." I did not read the book. I simply skimmed through it, only reading the prologue. But when I got to the book, I felt this heaviness. It was like there's this dark heaviness to the book, and it was kind of weird. Like I can't describe it, but you could feel it. It was some dark, evil presence. And the book wasn't even thick or was a hardcover. It was a regular skinny book, so I couldn't really understand why it was so heavy. But it was a dark heaviness. It was kind of hard to. You have to experience it. As I had the book, I started walking towards the back of the library, away from the people. And when I started walking, I started hearing some whispers. But I kept walking towards the back, thinking it was the people. As soon as I got to the back, there was nobody. And I kept hearing those whispers, but I kept reading the book, and the book had this warning inside of it saying that you can't mess with the entities that are inside the book. So you kind of found it weird. And the book talks about just having extra dimensional beings trying to cross into this world and being worshipped like they were back in the ancient times, like gods. So I kind of found that weird. Like, the book is just very weird. If you read that, the elites read that, it's like, that stuff's out there, it's like, it's crazy. So as I keep reading, there's the whispers like just started coming out again. It was like you couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was like because it was a multiple of voices talking, whispering, and it was kind of weird. But so at that moment, I started asking for protection from God, because I felt that there was some evil presence when I was holding that book, and to this day I kind of believe that there was, because I just couldn't explain what was going on, because when I was asking for that protection, somehow something got angry and was trying to make me scared, because it was trying to make it seem like it was powerful, and there was loud noises on top of the AC duct where I was standing. It sounded like something was inside of it, and you could tell there was something inside and like moving violently, making crashing noises inside of it. But I kept faith, and it just went away, because I started taking pictures. And that's when it started going crazy. So I was like, whoa, I gotta get out of here. But I knew I was safe. I just knew that somebody had spotted me and started compromising me and knew what I was doing. So I just quickly got out of there. And I hadn't taken some pictures because I took a little bit, and I went back a couple days later to try to get some more pictures. And when I went to check the book out, the book wasn't there anymore. It wasn't in the shelf anymore. Nobody checked it out. It just wasn't there anymore. So I kind of think that somebody or some of the agents in there and just took the book out completely from the library, so nobody else can see it. But luckily I got some clips of it. I got some clips. Also, reading the book or just skimming through it, I didn't want to read the full book, just the prologue, because in the book when it started, just like a bunch of witchcraft symbols and seals appeared. That's all it was. It was like incantations that you could do that will make you get anything you want: rich, your love of your life, or fame, or anything. Just all that Illuminati, crud, blasphemy, nonsense. Just that stuff that you hear. Gaining great powers. It's not real. It's just there to tempt you from God's path, and incantate demons so that they could take over your body and your life. Because those are the demons that do those things, not you. You don't get fame. The demon gets fame, and for you, and you're just lost in wherever you're at. The seals you see here or in the book, looked exactly like the seals that you see in the Testament of Solomon or the Keys of Solomon, like the witchcraft, because he was a sorcerer. He did order demons to work on the house of God, and he was able to incantate demons. And also those seals are the same seals that you see in that book too. I found that kind of weird, because all these seals and witchcraft symbols and all this stuff to incantate demons and rituals, it's all in that book. I wouldn't suggest reading that book because, like I said, there's an evil presence inside that book, and you just don't want to mess with that, or like, just don't be scared. But you gotta be careful because you could be tempted into it. That's why I'm saying be careful of it. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of crazy stuff in the ancient rituals that are in there because those are the same seals, and I found it crazy in those witchcraft symbols. In the ancient times, the Sumerians and Babylonians worshipped these winged discs that you can see here in the tablets. Even in the ancient Egypt that you can see right here, ancient Egypt had the same concept as the Sumerian and Babylonians. You kind of see right here too in modern day what the culture had gone from that. And you can see right here, this is modern day, but here's the present day symbol of that same culture, ideology. So I can see there's similarities within the cultures. Ancient things are still alive and well, just hidden in different categories to contour the human mind of that era. It's crazy. It just changes, to adapt to the different human of the century. Back in ancient Babylon, there was this goddess named Ishtar, the whore of Babylon. Many cultures have worshipped this goddess in many forms. Throughout the centuries, she comes in different many forms. Throughout the centuries, and you can see throughout the cultures that she is in just a different form. In Rome, they called her Libertas. In Egypt, they call her Isis. And in modern day times, present day times, they call her Lady Liberty. It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's just kind of weird. But ancient rituals are still happening today, like they were back in those days. Just differently, it's hidden. Like back in with the whore of Babylon, in the temples of Ishtar in Babylon, every single woman in Babylon, living in Babylon, had to go to one of her temples to perform sexual activities with the stranger. Every woman had to do this, and or anybody could go into the temples and have sexual activities with one of the priestess that would work there, or anything, that will be assigned to that temple. And that kind of sounds like modern day gentleman's club, strip club, or prostitution, And as you can see, it's rituals are and different ancient pagan rituals are hidden in plain sight in modern day to contour the modern day human mind. They also worship this god named Baal, in representation of Lucifer, as you could say, or the Baphomet. You can see right here in the statue, ancient Babylon. You can see he has the arm across and he's winged and he has an evil face. You can see right here too, the middle and all that. And you can see right here in the Baphomet picture, there's a resemblance with the arms crossed, the wings, and the horns. But the horns, he doesn't have horns in yellow on him. It's just that middle thing, and like a mohawk thing right there. But you can see a resemblance, and you can see a resemblance here too with the George Washington statue when he has his arms crossed, but he just doesn't have the wings. And you can see a resemblance. It's just hidden in plain sight. So you can't notice anything like that. But notice the serpent and the baby in the back of the same statue where George Washington is. That's kind of weird. Why was the snake there? Reptilian? And then look at that statue of that man. George Washington dwarfs him, that little guy. So I don't know if they're saying Nephilim or anything. So I'm not sure, So as you can see, things like that are just hidden in modern day time. Like these guardians in the statue, guarding the doors. You never know if there's real demons in there. They incantated them there. How did they get there? Why are they there? What are they trying to represent? That Babylon still exists there? That the 13th dynasty of Babylon, settled there or something like that? You just never know. Everything's hidden in plain sight. It's not hard to find. You just have to search for it. So, thank you for listening. This is Warrior of the Planet. Stay strong. Never get off God's path, and don't let anything deter you from God's path. Thank you for listening. Thank you.